Hey guys. All right, so we're going to be catching up on week 3 and week 4 this week. Um, you guys did a good job last week by handing in all the assignments on time and everything, so which was really good. So we're gonna make this, as long as you guys keep doing a good job with handing things in on time and doing a good job on the assignments and quizzes, your life will be very easy. Okay, so here, let's get into week 3. Okay, e-business strategy and analysis. E-business strategy. What is an e-business strategy? So I already know what e-business is. E-business is when you're running any part of your business um, with the use of the internet. So what's an e-business strategy? Basically, an e-business strategy defines a long-term plan for putting in place the right digital technology for a company to manage its electronic communications with all partners. E-business strategy framework helps in creating the right steps to follow, okay, to have a successful strategy. So the e-business strategy is a plan to implement the use of like the internet and stuff into your business. And e-business strategy framework is just the steps that it takes to get there. Steps that you have to put. So it's a framework of steps to get to that position. So phase one of the framework. First, it's guys, this is like super simple stuff, right? This is basic common knowledge before making a decision, right? So first you analyze the situation. So you analyze internal capabilities and strengths of the company. What are your companies? What can your company do internally? Do you have guys or girls or whoever who can run the e-business from inside of the business? Like, can they take care of all the issues or whatever inside the business? Um, Analyze external factors likely to affect business. So then you look at what, basically assessing the situation, internal, external, looking at what things will affect your business. For example, if you have a flower shop and your flower shop is a brick and mortar store, you guys have no online presence, how will some external factors around the flower shop affect you trying to put this e-business strategy together? Um, so you have to determine if people possess e-business capabilities such as workers and customers. Does your target demographic of customers, do they know how to use the internet? Will they be okay using placing orders online? What about your workers? Are they a bunch of old people, or are they, young people who know how to use the internet and stuff like that? So can they take orders online and go online and see status of orders and stuff like that? Identify if current processes support e-business capabilities. Is very important, right? You have to make sure that whatever your company currently has is able to support an e-business, uh, switching to an e-business. Okay, so if you guys don't have the ability to support an e-business, then obviously you would have to make changes. You have to determine that, right? And you have to also determine if your technological infrastructure. So do you have the technological infrastructure like computers and like other tech that's going to help your like modems, Wi-Fi, this, that, all that, to help you with your business, right? To help your business grow. Um, memory stations like storage of memory, where you're going to put the storage of information, stuff like that. Phase two basically is just establish a vision, right? So you assess the corporate vision and objectives. You get to agree vision with senior management board. Appoint e-business champion, means a guy or girl who's gonna run the entire um, e-business um, onboarding, and then understand vision across organization. So basically, communicate with everybody in your flower shop. Hey, guys, we're going to start doing online deliveries, online orders and purchases. So everyone, the whole organization needs to understand that you guys are going through that transitional phase. Okay, very important, critical success factors. Okay, phase three. So you have to define and understand what your critical success factors are. So use vision statement to identify e-business strategic objectives. Define CFS for achieving e-business strategic objectives, for people achieving objectives, for processes for achieving objectives, and CSFs of technology for achieving objectives. Basically, critical success factors are just there are like points or I don't know, in the use of the most easiest English, they are just things that make your business successful or not. Okay, so for example, if you are we're talking about a flower shop. One critical success factor of a flower shop is being able to provide fresh flowers that are not dead, that they stay alive. That's one of the critical success factors. Another one could be making sure that the plants and the flowers are watered every single day and given the right nutrition, sunlight. That's a critical success factor because it's very critical for you to have that. It's very important for you to have those things in place in order to be successful. Without fresh flowers, without watering and nurturing and taking care of these these flowers, your company won't be successful. So that's basically what a critical success factor is. So basically, you're just trying to identify and define critical success factors for the people, like the people in your company. Like what are the people supposed to do, the processes, the technology, and just define your CSFs for your objectives. Now, after you figured all that out, you have to develop an action plan. So, guys, this is making a decision 101. Okay, it's just like making a decision. It's very easy. You assess the situation, you gather all your information, you figure out what your action plan is going to be, blah, 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 right? So define actions, timescales, and responsibilities, allocate resources, define actions and responsibilities of people in your organization, define actions for key business processes, define key tech systems and criteria. Very simple, right? You basically just have to now develop an action plan saying, okay, this person can do this person can do this, that person can handle this company will handle this, take care of this. Basically just putting a plan together. And then obviously implementing the action plan. You have to, once you develop the plan, you have to act on it. Majority of people always have, it's like that, it's like that saying says, billion dollars idea. There's $1 billion ideas buried in the grave, buried in people's graves, because people have these amazing ideas, but they don't act on it. They end up obviously passing away and taking those ideas with them. They never did anything with them. So implementing action plan is very important. You have to actually implement the plan, or move forward with the plan that you have that you put together. And finally, you have to review the strategy. So you have to review success of e-business strategy against CSFs, determine CSFs for achieving e-business strategy, note the CSFs of people, process, and technology that make this strategy successful, review all issues that could cause CSF failure. So when you have your critical success factors, you really have to review. Once you implemented the thing, you implemented it, you went through it, then you have to review, okay, what went right, what went wrong? What are our most critical success factors and what are our least? Now, review all the issues that could cause, if some critical success factors failed, you have to review all those issues and then fix them and come back to it. So organizational internal processes and resources for strategy definition. So we must look at organizational internal processes and what resources are available to determine the right e-business strategies. Internal factors include financial resources like funding, investment opportunities and sources of income, physical resources like location, equipment, facilities, human resources like employees, target audiences, and volunteers, guys. So very important in putting together an e-business strategy. You have to look at the resources internally and externally of a company in order to determine if that company is suitable to put together an e-business strategy or turn their business into an e-business. You have to look at everything, right? Like we just said, internal, external includes physical, location, financial funding. Like, do we even have the money to do it? Do we have investment opportunities? All that stuff. Okay, so that was week 3. We're just blowing by, we're flying by these. This is good. Week 4, strategy, objective, and definition. Like we said, What are critical success factors? There are a small number of activities that absolutely must be undertaken effectively for the company to have success. They are entirely dependent on the unique circumstances of the firm. Now, just like I said, activities that absolutely must be undertaken effectively for the company to have success. Now, you can't have a flower shop that has dead flowers. You need to have people who are working there who are constantly nurturing and taking care of these flowers so that people who come buy it get fresh flowers that will last them maybe, however long flowers last. Very important to have that as a critical that is a critical success factor of a flower shop. What about delivery? Delivery, if you're going to go online, of course that's going to be a critical success factor because people are purchasing the stuff online. You have to deliver it to their house. Now, if you can't deliver it, you deliver it late, and someone, or a lot of people like having flowers delivered to someone's door for a certain occasion. And what happens if you miss that occasion? What happens if your driver's late, or your driver messes up the order and forgets to deliver it? These are critical success factors again, right? Because they're very important to make sure that your company is getting paid and staying profitable. Okay. So, example of critical success factors: management commitment, training and learning, supplier management, customer management. Right, guys, these are all so critical. So, management commitments. How committed are the managers in the company to make sure that we are reaching the company objectives and goals? Training and learning. You have to train people and help them learn in order to grow. Supplier management. Who's supplying you with your product, your raw material, or whatever you guys need in order to sell it? You have to make sure your suppliers are you have very, very good constant communication with suppliers, plus have a lot of suppliers so that you can get the best price. Customer management, obviously, quality data management and reporting. You have to always have quality assurance. You have to have a quality assurance person and making sure all flowers and all products are being sold fresh and taken care of and stuff like that. Corporate quality culture, communication, obviously, teamwork, yes. Employee empowerment, right? If you empower employees, they want to work harder, they want to stay in your company, they do better. Process management, organizational structure, product design, ongoing monitoring assessment. Very easy stuff, guys. This is stuff that's very important for a company's success. And then finally, developing and using CSF analysis. So CSFs should be assessed in a top-down fashion. Analysis is not one that is ideally suited for horizontal or collaborative organization. Okay, so basically CSFs, what they're saying is top-down fashion means most important are at the top, least important at the bottom. Okay, success factors should be judged according to the relevance of the business, then individual businesses, units, or departments, then down to the individual level. So the CSFs have to be basically judged by first off, how does this benefit the entire company? If it benefits the entire company, that's number one. Then your departments, how does this benefit the sales department, the finance department, the marketing department, the HR department, manufacturing, supply chain, purchasing? How does all of that, how do those success factors, how do these factors help those things? That's second. Third is on the individual level. Okay, so like team building, stuff like that. So how do we help these people, our workers, individually, is at the basically lower than the department and the business itself. If at some level the success factor is not critical, then it needs to be reassessed. So if you can get by with not having that done at 100%, it can be you can move it down the chain. And basically, this is key. CSFs should be kept to an absolute minimum. This prevents conflicts in objectives and processes and helps to prevent a dilution of effort among too many factors. And you have so many different factors that are very that are so important to your success and so imperative for your company for success, then you're going to have an issue. You have to break it down. Remember, simplicity is key. Simplifying everything is key. So that's the same thing in life, same thing in business. Okay, so that's basically CSF and CSF analysis. Okay, guys, we will be discussing this stuff in class. So, guys, class participation is a very big, really big thing. I need you guys to be in class. Whoever is not in class will see their assignment and quizzes being marked accordingly. All right, guys. See you guys in class.